guys, it's Kathleen with Thrifty Britches, and I have got a little bit of a different video for you today. I am going over lessons learned in the year since I have started this reselling journey with my sister. For those of you who are new to my channel, I am a part-time reseller and a full-time school counselor, and I have an eBay store with my sister Karen, who is a full-time kindergarten teacher and a part-time reseller, and together we make up Thrifty Britches. If you enjoy watching thrifting content, you have come to the right place, and please consider subscribing. We love having new people join our community. Okay, so I came up with 10 different lessons that I have learned over the past year since we have started. Some of them might already be apparent to you. Some of them you might find helpful. Let me know in the comments if you agree with them, if you have other suggestions. I would love to hear them. I feel like I'm still in the learning process and still growing and changing as I learn new things, and that's part of the fun of being a reseller. Okay, so the first and most important lesson that I learned is that Q4 is a real thing. Fourth quarter sales definitely spike up. I didn't have that many listings at the time that Q4 rolled around last year. Probably less than 200 items were listed in my store, and I still was busier than I could have imagined. So definitely get all those extra things listed. I wish I had taken more time to get more toys listed for Christmas shoppers and things like that. I have made myself a note to start preparing in August for Q4 to make sure that I am dragging up my bins that have winter stuff put away, and any new toys that I have, like toys that are new in the package, new in the box, I am making sure to get those listed as well. The second biggest lesson that I have learned is exploring on YouTube. I was not prepared for how much information I was able to get just by watching YouTubers. They have so much helpful information, especially for bolos, but also for time cutting things, for money cutting suggestions, all of those things. You have got to check out some YouTubers that are resellers as well. So some of my favorites are Courtney on Bolo Buddies. I also love, for clothing suggestions, Lori's Boston Found. Kayla of Homeschooling Picker is one of my all-time favorites. She kind of does what I do, which is a mixture of clothing and hard goods. She's a little heavier on the hard goods, whereas I'm a little heavier on the clothing, but she has some really helpful suggestions that have helped me pick up a lot of bolos. I also enjoy watching Thrift Nice with Carly, as well as Commonwealth Picker, he's out of Virginia, and Harry Tornado and Shell Bell. And those are just a few. I will frequently troll YouTube looking for, new channels to watch. And so I watch others periodically here and there, but those are the ones that I really tend to go to for my information for all things reselling. Okay, number 3 has to do with USPS. They have a lot of services that are available that are wonderful. First of all, I know most of you know this already, but free boxes that are delivered to your house. I just go online and I order whatever boxes and envelopes that I need for priority, and they are shipped to my house. That is an extreme time saver for me. Along similar lines, I have started scheduling pickups. I didn't do this at first because I didn't trust it. I thought, oh, I'm going to leave it sitting out on my porch all day. But I haven't had a problem since I've started doing it. It is a huge time saver. It also means that my packages are scanned in a lot earlier because I teach. I wouldn't be able to take my packages to the post office until school let out at 3:30. And if you teach, you know that you never get out of the school at 3:30. And so I'd be rushing to the post office to drop them off, or else I had to ask my husband to take time out of his workday to take them to the post office. So scheduling a pickup has been golden to me, and I owe that all to my friends on YouTube because I didn't even know that that was a thing. Number 4 is that you're going to make mistakes. I have made mistakes all along the way. I have sent out the wrong item. I have sent incorrect offers, and sometimes you're going to make mistakes that are going to cost you money. And you just have to eat it, and you have to put it behind you and go about your day. That was hard for me in the beginning. It would drive me crazy. But I have just learned that that's just a part of it. Along similar lines, number 6 is expect returns. There are going to be people who are not going to like your stuff, even though in my head, I have got the best stuff. I love my stuff. I don't ever try to sell anything that I know of as being flawed or not working. But just like in number 5, mistakes happen. And sometimes things do go out that are flawed that I didn't catch. And so you just have to own that, and you have to return it, and you have to eat that return shipping and just get along with your day. And that is hard for me because I am very conscious of the money that I'm putting into this business. Okay, this is number 6. I think I might have misnumbered them earlier, but number 6 is to expect crazy and mean people. You do run into them from time to time. I would say that 95% of the people that I deal with through my reselling business are really nice people and are fabulous. 5% of them are a little bit weird. And some of them are downright mean, but that's probably only 1% of them. And so I've just learned that anything that I put in writing, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to be comfortable reading it 2 hours later when I calm down. And sometimes that means that I just have to get away from the computer and not respond right away. I've gotten really good about that, about just kind of hitting pause and just learning not to personalize things. You never know what somebody is going through that's causing them to beat up this poor helpless reseller. And I just do the right thing every time. And that usually ends up being me telling them, send it back for a refund. Just send it back for a refund. I will do that. And that's how I've managed to keep 100% positive feedback. I haven't always had positive feedback, but because I've always responded appropriately and professionally, that anytime that there has been really off the wall negative feedback, then eBay for Business has been willing to step in, get involved, and remove the feedback. Okay, number 7 is to find time savers. They are out there. I was doing everything to do with reselling in probably the most time-consuming way possible. My comps were like research papers. It was ridiculous. And so I've had to learn to cut corners and to do things like pay for vendor. Like I said earlier, I don't like throwing money into this business unless I know it's going to give me back something in return. And vendor has definitely been worth the investment. It allows me to cross-post between different platforms very easily. And so once I get an item listed in the vendor platform, then I'm able to put it in all sorts of different platforms, from eBay to Facebook Marketplace to Mercari and to Poshmark, which are the ones that I use the most. But there's tons of other choices as well. If you use Etsy or Grailed or Kitizen or Depop or whatever, they're all out there. But all in all, I'm only paying about $30 a month for the number of listings that I do on Vendor, and it is money well spent. I'm able to get my items listed into Vendor, and then I can sit down and watch TV with my family and just very mindlessly cross-post to all of the different platforms while I'm still engaging with my family. It's freed up my time considerably, and for that, it is well worth the money that I spend on a monthly basis. Number 8 is to start slowly and to slowly begin to reinvest in your business. You're not going to start off the first day of reselling needing a thermal printer and needing a ring light and needing all the things that you can possibly invest in. And so I started very slowly. One of the first purchases that I made before I had even sold maybe $100 worth of stuff was a postal scale, simply because they are super cheap on Amazon. And it was a time saver. I realized that I was going to need to not continue guessing at what the weight was of the items that I was shipping, because I was losing money when I was guessing incorrectly. And I invested in an Accutech scale, and it has been fabulous. I will flash a picture of it on the screen so you know. But I am fairly confident that I bought this on Amazon. It was less than $20. Next, I invested in a thermal printer. That was my first big purchase because it was about $120. I bought it on eBay. It's the Munbin brand, and it has been a game changer for me. Just in time alone, not cutting out labels because I'm super anal, so I wouldn't just stick the whole paper on there, and taping them down, that has been golden for me. But also the supply savings. Even though I'm having to buy thermal labels, they're super cheap. I get about 500 of them for $15. and I'm not having to continually replace ink cartridges, go out and buy paper for the printer that my husband was using as well as me. It was just a hassle. By far the best thing that I have reinvested my profits into. After that, I invested in some LED lights that have been really, really helpful, particularly because when school's in session, a lot of times I'm filming my videos at night, and so I need good lighting, or my GoPro just makes it look like crap. So I picked up these LED lights as a suggestion that I saw on Harry Tornado's, one of his videos. And they were also cheap. I got 2 of them. I gave one of them to my sister. I bought 2 of them for, I want to say $20, and I only need one of them because I also have a small ring light that I use. And so between the 2 of them, that's more than enough light for me to do my videos as well as to take my pictures. Most recently, I reinvested my profits in an inventory system, and this was super cheap on Amazon. I took Lori Tata's suggestion from one of her videos and went and got these SQR codes. They come in a package of 45, and it's called Tote Scan. And so I purchased that to redo my inventory system. Haven't quite gotten there yet. I haven't implemented the system, which is kind of the most important part of the system. I did the buying part, that's the easy part, but I've got to get it together. I'm hoping to get that accomplished next week, which is my last week of summer vacation before I head back to school. Number 9, come up with your system. This is of particular importance to me during the school year where my time is at a premium. So I had a system in place where every single Monday, whenever I got home, and our faculty meetings were on Mondays, so typically Monday was a later arrival home time for me, I would steam. That was the only thing I had to do. So this way, if a faculty meeting went really late, all I had to do was steam, and then I could just enjoy the rest of the night with my family, not have to stress about listing or taking pictures or taking measurements or any of those things. Tuesday, I almost always came home and did a bunch of pictures. That didn't mean I was going to list everything that night. So Tuesday night, I would make sure I listed at least the first 5 items. Wednesday and Thursday, I would work on whatever else I had pictures remaining for. Friday was typically my day to prepare for yard sales. That's when I would look at the list of estate sales and yard sales that were on the internet, on Craigslist, what have you, and plot my day for Saturday. Saturday was yard selling in the morning, and then in the afternoon, I would come home and I would go through everything that I purchased and get ready to start photographing and listing. I would list whatever I could on Saturday and Sunday. Monday, I started all over again. And so that left me with at least 5 days during the week that I was listing. Now, my goal is always to list every single day, but it's not always practical. You're gonna find what works for you, but you do need a system. It's just an important mechanism for staying organized. Number 10 is all of the helpful products that I have come across between trial and error on my own and just things that other YouTubers are doing that I have found to be very, very valuable for my reselling business. Okay, a dog brush. This wire brush is invaluable if you have plush that come all matted. I do sell a significant amount of plush. This has been golden. I purchased a sweater shaver. I paid $15 for this. This is great for any pilling that you come across in clothing that you're trying to sell. I always keep a supply of Germ-X on hand. Germ-X does wonders for getting Sharpie off of objects that you have bought, things that you're trying to clean names off of or prices off of. Also, I have purchased this as well as a sticky roller to get all of my clothing lint-free. I love this type of Gorilla Glue because not only does it have the nozzle, but it also has the brush, and this has been fabulous for just making small repairs. The brush is able to get just a minimal amount of the stuff on, and I can just make simple repairs that way. I grabbed these on Amazon. I have a bunch of them. They go inside of the shoes, and they hold the shoe shape when I am taking pictures of them before listing. I always keep baby wipes on hand because a lot of things that I think are stains end up just being a little dirt spot that comes off super easy with a baby wipe. This is always my first plan of attack. I ordered this Jason Mark solution. This was $19 on Amazon. Wonderful for cleaning up tennis shoes. It just does a fabulous job. I always keep a bottle of soapy water nearby for just cleaning up simple spots. I purchased Doc Martens Wonder Balsam at the suggestion of Lori Tata on Lori's Boston Found. This is phenomenal for leather. It just breathes new life into any leather products that you might be wanting to sell. It is fabulous. I can't say enough good things about it. Okay, of course I keep Goo Gone on hand for taking off those pesky price tags, as well as plenty of Mr. Clean magic erasers. I purchased this at Walmart, super cheap. It has lasted me for a year so far, but I love this when I'm selling toys or just things that rattle around, even plates if I'm selling some type of breakable item. Once I wrap it up in bubble wrap, I like to seal the deal with some of this saran wrap. And then the last item that I wanted to share with you is called The Pink Stuff, and I bought this at Amazon. This is phenomenal. I don't even know what's in it. You just take a little bit on. I love it especially for getting those obnoxious silver price markings from estate sales off the bottom of shoes. You just patiently rub some of this in. It's got like kind of a gritty texture, so I would do it in a not so conspicuous area first to make sure it doesn't damage the good. I've also used it on toys, trying to get crayon off of toys. It's phenomenal. You just rub it on, rub it off. It might take a few applications, but hey, it works. And then the last thing isn't in this bin because it's something that I make and use as I go, and it is my concoction that is phenomenal for taking stains out of clothing. You take 1 part peroxide, 1 part Dawn dishwashing liquid, and 1 part baking soda. Shake it all up together until it makes like a paste. Put the paste on, leave it sitting on the stain for about an hour, and then just wash it out. It's magical. It does phenomenal things. Okay guys, that is everything for this video. Let me know in the comments if you like these types of videos. If these are something that you want me to do more often, I'm happy to do them. As always, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button down below because we love hearing from you guys. And remember guys, it's not cheap, it's thrifty. Bye guys.